Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Is that side a bit dark? Is it? Give me the light, show me the light. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using a full face, more or less, of products that I haven't really used on my channel, I haven't talked about very much or used at all before, or are brand new to the market. So yeah, either new to me or new to all of us. We're going to try them all together to see what we like, what's worth picking up, what's worth leaving in your basket, or indeed just taking it out of your basket and leaving it on the website. So without further ado, let's get started. Someone's been hammering outside and I really hope, no, they're still going. Hopefully you can't hear it, but if you can hear it, I'm very sorry about it. I apologise on their behalf, but who knows how long this is going to go on for, so I feel like we've just got to push through, you know? So I'm going to be using this MAC palette. This is the Kabuki doll palette from their Cherry Blossom collection. I did a review of this whole collection, which I will link back down below, but I did quite a glam kind of cherry blossom themed look or something. So today I'm just going to show you a sort of natural how I would use this like every day. So I'm going to start off with the top matte shade, and these shadows are really pigmented. They have a fair bit of kickback. They blend really nicely. They're like some of the best formulas I've tried with MAC shadows, so that is good. Apparently this collection is coming to the US in the next few weeks, so if you're waiting on it, hopefully it's not gonna be too long. It's a-coming. It's a-coming. Someone asked me if these shades are like, they're permanent shades, just, you know, in a palette, and they appear to all be new shades, especially for the palette, other than potentially this one up here, which has the same name and looks to be a very similar colour, if not the same colour, as one of the shadows from their Mirage Noir collection that was a few months ago. They don't have the names of the shades anywhere. Oh, hang on, I've lied. They are on the back. They are on the label. So this one is called Dust Off, and that's the one that I believe is like a re-promote of a limited edition. So I'm just going to go into this bottom shade, and this is my Morphe M441. That first brush was my Sigma E40 blending brush by Ziwe. I'm going to try and get better at remembering to tell you my brushes. I just feel like I'm always using the same brushes, so I don't know why I have to tell you every time. Obviously, there are people who don't watch my every video. Shame on you. And there's also new people arriving all the time, so that is obviously why people, you know, ask when I feel like I've explained my brushes 1,000 times, but obviously lots of people have not seen that before, or, you know, you're allowed to forget. So if I've forgotten to tell you a brush, ask me, I'm good at answering. So this is my MAC 242, and I'm going to go into this middle shimmer, which I haven't used yet, so I'm excited to see. Brush is picking up a lot of shimmer. Oh, that is lovely. Oh, that is nice. So yeah, this palette definitely works for like an evening or a daytime. I feel like it's really versatile. I would have maybe enjoyed a sort of extra matte, probably instead of this shade up here, which I probably won't really use. Yeah, I would have liked a sort of bone matte, and then it would have been the ultimate dream. But I can forgive that. You know, there's pretty much everything you need in here, especially for travel. I feel like this palette is a really cute, perfect little size for travel, and it has pretty much everything you're gonna need in it. So I don't have a new mascara, I'm just gonna be using my Lancome Monsieur Big, as per the usual. Okay, so for primer, I went into Boots the other day and I bought a new hair dye and something else, and they gave me about 400 of these. I don't think you can see because of the reflection, but it's an Estee Lauder Smoothing Universal Perfecting Primer, and no lie, they gave me like 20 of these little sachets, which doesn't bode well, you know. It seems like they're like trying to get rid of them. Oh, very weird. Very weird. It's like glue, it looks like. Oh, it's quite nice and cooling though. God, what a weird, oh, it looks like glue, or like, but it goes on a bit more gel-like. Well, we'll see. So yeah, I thought we would give this one a go, as I've got, you know, 46 packets of it now. It was just at the till, the lady said, oh, would you like a primer sample? And I thought, well, why not? And then she gave me 500 of them. So for foundation, I actually polled you guys. Now, I always have people saying, what? I didn't see this poll. I didn't get to vote. So yeah, so I polled you guys asking you which foundation you wanted me to use in this video. Hang on. Is that balling up? Yes, it is. Breathe. That is balling up terribly, like really bad. I love it when that happens. Not okay. So just to confirm, it's been a good half an hour since I did my skincare, and that primer is like balling up all around here. So yeah, I can now understand why they're giving it away at the till. Oh no. I asked you guys if you wanted me to show you the Born This Way foundation that I've recently acquired, whether you wanted me to show you the Hourglass foundation, which I've given a couple of extra goes to. And I also had a sample of the Cover FX Natural Finish. So I asked you which one you wanted to see. You voted for the new Dior Skin Glow foundation. So this came out with the Matte Forever. This was the Dior Skin Glow. This is the one that you guys said you were most interested in. It was a very close vote, I will say that. So yeah, I have given this foundation a couple of tries because I don't like to go in blind, if at all possible. I've got mine, by the way, in the shade 2W. I was using 4W in the summer, and then I just picked up a replacement in like December. Actually, I got it for Christmas, in the shade 2WO, which is a really nice match for me. But I wanted to see how different the 2W was, just to see, you know, maybe, who knows, maybe this one would be better. So this is the shade 2W, I just wanted to see. And I can confirm 2WO is better for my shade twins. If you are warmer than me, just go with 2W. I am more olive than warm, so obviously 2WO is better for me. I am like especially olive when I'm not tanned, which is strange. Like you'd think probably that I would go more olive as my skin picked up colour. Like in the summer when I get tanned, I tend to go more golden and like almost more neutral, which is, my undertones are a mess, let me tell you. So yeah, they gave me a really good size sample. Don't be afraid to get samples. I was never going to buy this one because it just didn't sound, it sounded like something I would like, but it didn't sound different to the other foundations I've got. And I watched a couple of reviews that weren't that favourable, so I didn't want to splash out on it without trying a sample first. Extremely glad that I did that because this foundation wears awfully on me. So it goes on nice, it looks quite nice right now. It's not covering all my redness. I do have to like build it up a fair bit to cover up my redness and discoloration. But the starting point is nice, like it looks nice and glowy. It looks nice and even. Like I do really appreciate the new Dior shade range. It seems to have really good undertones, like realistic, lifelike undertones, which is something that is an ongoing issue for me because my undertones are not really strong in one or like category or another. So undertones for me is a constant battle, and Dior foundations with the new shade range seems to work really well. So that is really great. I could definitely wear this colour, just personally the 2WO is just slightly closer to my natural undertones, but it's a good colour for me. It looks really nice and smooth, etc, etc. However, I've worn this a couple of times now, different primers, everything else, and it is like disappearing by the 3 or 4 hour mark, and I have normal skin, so that is really unusual for me. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, it doesn't wear well. It's like coming off my chin, any sort of, you know, touching, if I eat a meal, it's like all gone from my chin, it's all gone from my nose, around my nose. It just does not wear well at all. So given that it's very similar to my Laura Mercier, as in how it starts, that one wears really, really nicely as well. So I'm not gonna purchase it. So next up, I got sent this, I didn't get sent it like by Huda. I got this when I made an order with Cult Beauty, and this is a Huda concealer sample sheet, and I was thinking I was gonna get like 3 shades, but you get loads of shades, so that is fantastic. So at the moment I'm using 6G, which is up here, and I wanted to try a darker, more neutral shade, so I'm going to use 14N, which is the shade Cookie Dough, because I just want to give a try to a more neutral concealer shade and see how I like it. I generally always go for warm concealers because I feel like generally I'm using a warm foundation, so you know, it makes sense. I'm just using my Delium Tools 936 to directly get this off of the pad. So this is a good shade. If I wanted a more natural concealer shade rather than a real brightening one, this is a good shade, I think, for me. 14N. And I think also this might be a good one for summer, so it'll still brighten me in the summer when I'm more tanned. Obviously, if you're just wanting to use this to decide if you like the concealer before you purchase it, you can mix the shades to get enough for you. But it does also feel a bit drier than I know the regular formula to be, I guess because it's obviously a tiny bit just sitting in there for however long. So bear that in mind, that it does feel drier than I know her concealer actually is. So I'm just going to set that. Oh dear, that was a lot came out. I'm just going to set that with my regular Huda powder in the Pound Cake shade. So the bronzer that I'm going to be using today is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer. If anyone knows for a fact whether this is limited still or whether it was made permanent, which is what I believe is the case. I know this was released initially as part of a limited collection, but I'm sure I remember this when it came back along with the Dewdrops, which were also limited. I'm sure they came back as permanent. So please, if you know that for a fact, not if you think it, not if you're sure you heard something somewhere, if you know for a fact whether this is limited or permanent, please hit us up in the comments, because it seems to be widely available and it has been some while since that second drop that I believe to be permanent, but who knows. Yeah, so I feel like if it was limited, it would have gone again by now, because people are obsessed with this bronzer. So, you know, lots of people will be getting backups and stuff, and it just seems to be hanging around. I've seen it be restocked lots of times, so it just seems to be, it's here to stay, you know, but I can't find anywhere to confirm this or not. But this bronzer, it's my favourite bronzer ever. I think it's supposed to be matte, but I find it a really natural skin-like matte. This is my MAC 135, by the way, as always. It's starting to really shed now, which is devastating, because obviously they don't make this anymore. They've gone all synthetic brushes and they aren't as good from what I hear. So just on my Zoeva pencil brush, I'm going to use the middle matte from this palette, just run that under my lower lash line, and then we'll go back to some new cheeky products. Actually, while I'm in here, I'm going to use my 238 from Zoeva and that light shimmer in the corners and under the arch, really lightly, because it is, I mean, it's probably too much if anything, but who cares? I love it when people comment, oh, you use too much bronzer, and I'm like, oh, that's weird, because it's my own face. So I may have used too much bronzer for you, but I've used the perfect amount for my own face. So this is one of the Milk Makeup, what are they called? gel liners. Longwear gel liner from Milk. Now, my beautiful friend Mel sent me the black of this and I've been obsessed. So once this became available on Cult Beauty, I had to get the nude one. It was really concerning because online it looked quite dark for like, you know, a nude sort of waterline liner. Like I thought, oh, this might have the opposite effect of brightening, but actually on it is perfect. It's like the perfect beigey, nude, cream, whatever other description you'd like to add in there. It's the shade BCC, and it's just perfect for like brightening, awakening. It's just glorious. So next up, I'm going to be showing you the Natasha Denona Contouring Powder. Now, my understanding of this is that she's reformulated it and added one shade, like I think another deeper shade. So I have the shade number 2, medium, and it is life. It is absolutely perfect. Oh, wait, I'm using the Morphe M104 to contour, and I feel like this is the perfect combination with that bronzer. Can you see the difference already? Just with a light amount. I feel like it really is just the most natural contour, the perfect contour shade. So, you know, it blends really seamlessly with the bronzer, but it just really adds some great like structure to the cheekbones and to your face in general. I just find it is perfect. Like I struggle with contour powders because they're often a bit too much. This one, it's just perfect. So the shade is number 2 out of 5, and it is definitely the right shade for moi. It's just easy. I don't have to like be like terrified of it. I don't have to worry about it. It's very easy. This brush, by the way, is the free one that comes with the Anastasia shadow palettes. So now, cream products. I got these 2 Milk samples again with my order. I can't even remember what I actually ordered from Cult Beauty. It might have been my Too Faced foundation. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I got these as well as the Huda concealer packet. I also got these 2 Milk samples. One is their cream highlight in the shade Champagne. In the shade Lit, which is a Champagne Pearl. And then this is a lip and cheek stick, which is a really good little sample, and this is in the shade Werk with an E, because we are cool. So yeah, I thought I'd give this, look, it's a decent amount in there, definitely enough to decide if you like it. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll spray my face with some Fix Plus, just to give it the best opportunity to perform nicely, given that I have put powder bronzer down. And then I'm going to use my Beauté blender to apply. Oh no, see, let's see. I'm going to put it on the back of my finger just like this, and we'll see. Oh, it's such a nice colour. Oh, that looks perfect. And I'm just going to pat that in and hope for the best. That is quite easy. Yeah, definitely a beauty blender situation. It's not actually moving anything at all, which is good. Just going to directly paint it onto my beauty blender, see how that works out for me. I feel like cream blushes are just so nice and soft. They are like easier to place, I feel like. But at the same time, they are also quite easy to get carried away as well. But I do think creams generally are easier to correct than powders. So if you do go a bit nuts, it's easy to go in with your foundation sponge and blend. It's easy to go just in with a, you know, a blank sponge, or just go over the top with something like your bronzer or your foundation to correct it if you do go a bit nuts. Whereas I feel like powders, other than, you know, Fix Plussing and hoping for the best, once it's on there, you're going to be a dolly. This shade is lovely, and actually it's been really easy applying that over the top. Haven't had any issues, which is what we need for a cream product, because honestly, if I'm gonna use it regularly, it needs to be able to be applied over powder bronzer, because I just don't use cream bronzer that much. Keep going. So this is a lip and cheek, so I'm also just going to whack this on my lips because why not? I feel like this would work really nicely with Spice Liner from MAC. And it does. That is like perfect combo. Okay, so let's try this little highlighter sample. So yeah, this is the shade Lit, and it is their cream highlighter packed with hydrating oils. Well, if you don't have any nails, I don't know how you're gonna get in here. That's my first observation. So yeah, this is the little sample in here. So it's just a little, tiny little smidge, which is, again, it's enough for you to know if you wanna buy it or not, isn't it? So I'm just gonna like rub my finger in there. It feels very sticky, which is worrying me because I feel like it's more likely to sort of lift products when it feels this sticky. Yeah, it's very sticky, it feels. It's very dewy. It's very, like, it's not glittery at all. It's dewy, and but yeah, the formula is really sticky, which I'm not a huge fan because, like I said, it's more likely to be problematic to apply over the top of anything. Like if you're just going barefaced for the day and you just want a bit of glow on your cheekbones, then it might be fine, but that's my concern. I think this comes in stick form usually. Obviously this is not how it comes. Yeah, I can't really see any major issues, but I'm interested to see how that dries down because it feels so sticky on the skin. Okay, so this is the finished makeup using all these new products, new to me anyway. I love that lip colour. I think it's really, really nice. I don't think I would purchase this because I'm just not really a cream, like stick blush kind of person. And I don't know if I'd want to purchase this just to use it on my lips because I feel like I do have lip shades that are kind of similar to this. The foundation, I think it looks fairly nice right now. Hang on, lights. I think the foundation looks fairly nice right now. It's not doing me any favours on my forehead with my lines, like it is really exaggerating those. My chin doesn't look the best, and my lines, all of like my upper lip lines, smile lines, don't look the best, but it does look okay. It looks nice and natural and glowy. My issue with this foundation is I personally don't find it wears well on me at all, and it's really unfriendly as far as transfer as well. It's really not transfer resistant at all. So I feel like it is similar in finish and coverage and everything to my Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiating, whatever that one is called, but it doesn't wear as well, it doesn't hold up as well, and it's not quite as flattering on lines, so therefore I wouldn't recommend it over that one. And I can't see why I would purchase the full size. I wouldn't. The MAC eyeshadow palette, I really like it. I feel like it's perfect for a mini, for like lots of different occasions. The milk liner, it lasts incredibly well. I'm obsessed with that bronzer. I think it's my favourite bronzer of all time. I'm also quite liking a more natural under eye area today. You know, I haven't massively highlighted. So yeah, I'm enjoying that colour and a more neutral colour as well. The primer is a definite no, like it balled up really, really badly. Yeah, I'll definitely try it again because I've got 46 samples, but I didn't like it. The highlight I'm not really sure about. I just feel like cream highlights are harder to work with. You know, I definitely prefer powder, then liquids. Cream is like my bottom just because I don't like that sticky texture. I feel like it's trickier and more time consuming to apply it nicely, and I feel like it's the most likely to lift products from underneath them and move stuff from underneath them, which causes me problems. So yeah, I wouldn't be repurchasing that or purchasing that because that is just not my type of product. But if you like cream products and you don't mind how they apply and you don't mind a bit of stickiness, it looks very, very pretty. very pretty and dewy and lovely. So there you have it. That is my full face of all the new stuff I've picked up recently or I have not used on camera yet. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and I'd love to see you in a future one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.